Well, I'm not a pro, but hey, we're going to do basketball today on Entertainment 360. NBA, LeBron James, we celebrate it today. I mean, I'm still learning the game. Come on. Entertainment.
Hello, beautiful people, global citizens. Welcome to this channel.
Very accomplished, scintillating playwright, executive producer, award winner, the queen of commercials, Amy Drake with us. Amy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I am absolutely thrilled to be here.
Oh Lord, you look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I love your jacket.
Thanks.
You know, it's blending well with the studio. Did you look at the studio setup before you decided to,
I didn't. I just intuited that green was a good color for this. So.
It worked out. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. And you're welcome to Sky
Yeah.
102.1 FM. And this is Entertainment 360.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're so very welcome. We are privileged to have you. So, LeBron James.
Yes.
When you hear LeBron James, what comes to mind?
Well, I did a commercial in Cleveland for Nike. The commercial was called New Beginnings, and he was affiliated with that, although I didn't get to meet him because he wasn't on the set. But it was a very exciting experience.
And I mean, this is somebody who's done so much.
Oh,
like
yeah,
his resume is that rich.
Yes.
His accomplishment in the NBA is impeccable.
Yeah.
And I just keep going on and on. I'm like, where does it stop? Where does it end? He's done so much.
Yes.
And like we do it on the show, we have this segment we call Take Your Flowers.
Yeah.
And we just, look at people that have done so much for their fields of endeavors. And today we want to celebrate him, what he's done in the NBA, sports, his humanitarian project and all of that.
Yes.
And we're going to, give him his flowers. Usually people wait for people to pass away and then be like, oh, he did this, she did that. They were this, impactful. I'm like, how about you do it whilst you're still living?
Yes.
That way
That's
they
a
get
beautiful thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to celebrate LeBron James today on the show.
Nice.
And it is the Take Your Flowers segment. And so in about a minute, the beautiful Amy Drake is going to join us. And then we get into the conversation, the big convo, where we talk about her latest project, Showdown in Amherst. Oh, Lord. I can't wait to get into it.
Just promoting the project and everybody who was on it, it was just such a wonderful experience, and there were so many talented people involved, and winning the Telly Award was just icing on the cake. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful. I read the press release you sent me, and it was just beautiful how you were able to put it together, and the people you had on, the talent that you had on.
Oh yes.
That is just impeccable. How you were able to combine all of that, and then such a beautiful project. And we're gonna get into the conversation proper on the big convo segment. But right now, we are gonna celebrate LeBron James, and so a little bit about the man that we're celebrating today. Now, he is 39 years old. The man is 39, and he's still killing it on the court. He hails from Akron, Ohio. So he's one of us. It's right here. He's home. This is where he started.
That's right.
From when he got drafted after high school into Cleveland Cavaliers, and then he moved to Miami Heat. And then later on, he went to Los Angeles Lakers, where he's currently, still, doing magic. And he's been 4 times NBA championship
Amazing.
winner. That's 4 times. He's been 4 times NBA Finals MVP, 20 times NBA All-Stars games, like consecutive, since he had his debut. That was 2005.
Wow.
He's been there every year after that, consecutive.
Incredible.
And he was MVP 2024 at the Olympics. And it's just crazy how he's able to achieve all of this. And he's a father of 3, Bronny, Bryce, Zuri, and a husband.
Yeah.
Married to Savannah. And how he's able to blend family, the NBA, doing magic, And also, he's done a lot of humanitarian projects
Oh, yes.
in Ohio, in the United States, and even internationally.
Yes.
So this is a man that has done a lot.
Yes,
And he's
indeed.
39 and he's still on the court.
Yeah.
He's still on the court. And he's set a record, being on the court with his son, Bronny. I think this is the first time that has happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that is definitely an incredible feat, and we want to celebrate LeBron James. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the Take Your Flowers segment today, the man we are celebrating is LeBron James. 4 times NBA championships, 4 times NBA Finals MVP. He's played 20 back-to-back All-Stars games, and is NBA's all-time leading scorer. Father of 3, a husband, humanitarian, philanthropist. Oh Lord, the GOAT. From Cleveland Cavaliers to Miami Heat to Los Angeles Lakers, he's been killing it, and he's using his influence and billionaire status to impact the world with such beautiful humanitarian projects. And we couldn't be more proud about what he's accomplished. And so we want to celebrate the man, LeBron James. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give him his flowers on the show, like we always do it. Joseph, come join us. We have a basketball here. Amy will join us as well. And we're going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Entertainment 360. And today, as you can see, we have the beautiful Amy Drake here. We have Joseph, the producer. We are all here, Sky Entertainment. And this is Entertainment 360 on Sky 102.1 FM. And we are celebrating a living legend today. The man that has done it like nobody ever has. Is 20 times All-Stars game player, consecutive, since he started 2005. He started with the Cleveland Cavaliers, he went to Miami Heat, and now he's with Los Angeles Lakers, and he's all-time leading scorer. He's 39, he's still killing it. He's a father of 3, he's a husband, and he's a billionaire. And the good thing about that is that he's doing a lot of humanitarian and charity projects, helping people in Ohio, people across the United States, and people in other countries with his status and his influence. So today on Entertainment 360, myself and the rest of the team, we celebrate the man, King James, LeBron James, the GOAT, for all his accomplishments in the NBA and his humanitarian projects and impact. LeBron James, we celebrate you on Entertainment 360 on Sky 102.1 FM. And keep doing what you're doing, keep winning. You're an inspiration to the world. And the young kids are looking up to you. And LeBron James, keep going, keep winning, keep soaring. And we celebrate you on Entertainment 360 on Sky 102.1 FM. Keep winning. And together I want to give you your flowers. There we go. We celebrate you, LeBron James. Okay. Keep winning. All right. On this show, Entertainment 360.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. And we want to get into the conversation. Now, I see a lot that I want to talk about.
Okay.
If we're going to get into it, delve into it, we're
All
going to
right.
digest it.
Okay.
Whatever we don't get to,
Yeah.
I'd love to have a part 2.
Oh, that'd
You know,
be great.
Possibly have the
Yeah.
entire team,
Mhm.
product
Yeah.
some of the cast and the crew members.
That would be
on-
wonderful.
And then we do a part 2. But today
Yeah.
we're going to do what we can.
Yeah.
And I have a lot, to really get into. So,
Yeah.
who is Amy Drake?
Wow. I'm a writer, filmmaker, playwright, actor, voiceover artist, speaker, cat and mom, wife, and I do real estate.
Oh Lord! I told you guys, she lost me. I'm like, are we gonna paragraph them or something? That's a lot.
Yeah.
You do all of that.
I do.
How do you put it together? Like, that must be overwhelming.
Well, sometimes it can be, but I just try to schedule my time very efficiently to keep up with everything I'm working on.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is definitely a skill that you have. Yeah. So good job. Now, today we are focusing exactly on your latest project,
Yes.
Showdown in Amherst.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the concept,
Okay.
the inspiration behind it,
Uh-huh.
you won an award.
Yes.
Now, how does it feel winning 2024 Silver Telly Awards?
Absolutely amazing.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a competition with over 12,000 entries, 6 continents, and all 50 states in the United States. And she won.
There were many people who won Telly Awards, but I was absolutely over the moon thrilled to be one of them, along with Kingsley Limbs Nyarko.
Oh Lord, that was. I heard it and I was like, this is definitely something we have to celebrate, and I'm so glad you're here. Now, tell us a little bit more about Showdown in Amherst.
Okay, it is a short film about an afternoon in the life of poet Emily Dickinson. And it's about her historic meeting with her literary mentor, Thomas Wentworth Higginson, who never accepted her work as a real poetry in her lifetime because she didn't use exact rhymes. So she started this whole movement in poetry that's still popular to this day. And what I find really ironic about it is that so many popular music stars follow her trend in that they use almost rhymes and in rhymes, but not the exact rhymes. So that was something I wanted to celebrate her work. She wrote over 1,700 poems, which were discovered after her death by Thomas Wentworth Higginson and her sister Lavinia, and they published them to great acclaim. There were very few of her poems that were actually published during her lifetime.
Wow, that's great.
So as the title suggests, there was a lot of tension in the film.
I can imagine, yeah, and trying to put it together with the different talents and all of that. How did you manage it? Because usually when there are a lot of talent, the management becomes a bit challenging.
It does. I took the project to Kingsley, and he loved it. He was really intrigued by it. So we started working on putting it together, and I can only thank him for putting the team together, him reaching out to his filmmaking students and colleagues, and what I brought him was a story about Emily Dickinson, and his student Tiana Corias really made it into a polished script.
Wow. Well, big ups to you, my brother from Ghana, Kingsley Limbs Nyarko, an amazing filmmaker, cinematographer, director, and I'm just so happy he was on this project.
Yes.
You know, it's just, we're trying to grow, have more talent, and it feels so great when somebody you know personally or you share a lot with, you know, gets on a project like this and does magic and delivers.
Oh yes.
So we're so proud of you, Kingsley, for this great project. Now, the storyline, the location scouting, and some experiences on set. Do you have some fun memories to share with us?
Yeah, it was shot at Thurber House, which was the home of writer James Thurber, and it was just the perfect atmosphere because the period furniture is in the house museum. The house was built in the appropriate time period for Emily's lifetime.
Right.
And we had this unusual clause in the contract with Thurber House.
Tell us about it.
I'd never seen this before. They asked us not to taunt the spirit. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'm already freaking out right now. I'm like, are we gonna have a scary movie kind of situation?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. I provided the costumes. I have kind of a large historic costume collection that I own and that we used on the film. And the gentleman, Douglas Freeze, was one of our actors, and he wore a waistcoat from the late 19th century. And I was told that the spirit who resided in the house was Thomas Tracy.
I'm getting chills already.
Yeah, there have been a number of sightings of him. He owned the house before the Thurber family, and was showing off his new gun. It actually discharged and and shot him in the chest, and he bled to death in the upstairs bedroom, and this was in 1904. And apparently he's never left the house. So the staff and visitors have seen him, so we were encouraged to welcome him to the set, which I did.
Okay.
And he showed up in the fact that this waistcoat that Douglas was wearing had all of the buttons securely fastened. When I went to the set, I checked them myself.
Okay.
We got there, one of the buttons fell off, and on the back of the button was stamped Truss Button Company.
Trust.
the same last name as the
Okay.
man
Yeah.
who died in the
Yeah.
house.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You were not freaking out when you saw that?
Yeah.
You're like, can we get out of here? Yeah, but that must have been an emotional moment for you and the team, you know, coming into such close proximity with, you know, when it happened, literally,
Supernatural.
like the supernatural.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that must have been emotional for you guys.
Yes, it was a shock, but I knew that he didn't mean us any harm. He just wanted to let us know he was there.
He was there,
Yeah.
and if he doesn't step on his toes, he's not
Yeah.
going to step on your toes.
That's right.
Hey, I would be like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm out. Joseph, would you have the strength and the bravery to still be on set if that happened to you?
Oh, I would fire some rock salt at it. No, I'm just
Wow, that must have been a great experience. I mean,
Yeah.
coming into such close proximity, and especially the supernatural is always a very chilling subject.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when people get around it or talk about it, I'm like, I don't really know much about it, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Whatever you know, keep it to yourself because I want to have a sound sleep at night. Yeah, but for you to bring to life such
Yeah.
an important and an emotional historic event, obviously
Yeah.
you had to get into that proximity,
Yes.
you know, so
Yeah.
you have that authentic original feel
Oh, yeah.
and bring that to life. So
Oh, it was a great atmosphere. Perfect.
that's great. Now to take you back a little bit, you mentioned Kingsley and this, you know,
Yeah.
being on the project
Yes.
as the cinematographer and director.
Yeah.
How would you describe him as a person? Is you know,
He-
professional traits, relationship wise on set, working with him, how would you describe Kingsley?
I would describe him as insanely creative, absolutely brilliant. As in editing, he has an absolute eagle eye for every last detail. Sitting in the office watching him edit was just one of the most amazing experiences because he pointed out things that just totally passed me by.
Right.
And on the set, he was very professional, and he's so generous of his time and creativity and his knowledge. I mean, he has a theater background and an extensive film background. He's a brilliant director and cinematographer, and I'm very honored to work with him.
Oh, well, that's definitely good. And you know, like when people think of, you know, recruiting, they're always looking for people with so much popularity.
Yeah.
People say in Los Angeles or New York, and they always overlook
Yeah.
the possibility of working with new talent that are
Yes.
really good.
Yes.
You know,
yeah,
but they just need that platform to showcase what they can do.
right.
And
Yeah.
thanks to you for putting him on, now you get to see exactly what he's capable of doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's great.
I love working with him.
Well, there you go, Kingsley.
Mm.
You got your shot, and you did a great job. And hey, I know more is gonna come your way.
Mm.
Now, I saw a lot of Columbus College of Art and Design. Now,
Yeah.
how did that partnership come about? Recruiting talents from the college, and how would you describe working with them?
Oh yeah, it was wonderful. You know, Kingsley is chair of the film department there, and so he brought his students on board and colleagues, and it was a wonderful experience working with the students. They were so enthusiastic and so wanting to get it right. And it was not my only experience working with the students.
Okay.
I've worked on several of the student films as an actor and really appreciate their enthusiasm and their willingness to learn it and really put in the effort to learn the craft.
Right. So that is a partnership that you see getting better, right?
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
and yes, I always say new talents need to be given a shot.
Yes. Yes.
New talents
Mhm.
always have to be given a shot because those who have done it, we know they are capable of doing it, and they've achieved so much.
Yes.
But we need to pass it on to the younger talents, the younger generation.
Yes.
You know, so they can also improve.
Mhm.
You know, so
Yeah.
I just want to see more talent, and I can't wait for the screening. I know we have a screening coming up.
Yes, we
Just
do.
hold your horses. We're gonna let you get into that, but funding is always a challenge.
Yeah.
It's hard getting resource, you know, and putting stuff like this together. And in this very evolving, very competitive industry,
Yeah.
things have become very expensive,
Yes.
and it's hard to get sponsorship. How are you able to pull it off?
Well, For this project, I used my own funds for the most part from savings, and we got a grant from GCAC, and pulling that together, Kingsley really finagled the budget very tightly to do a superb job. Yeah, but going forward, we have some exciting things in the works, and I'm looking for more grants. I'm looking for investors, people who are interested in coming on board. So going forward, we're looking at bigger projects with bigger funding challenges.
Right. The more you have, the more you are able to achieve.
Yes.
You know, that they always say, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yeah.
And with the little you have, you pull this off.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine
Yeah.
what a little support will do.
Yes.
We're gonna do magic. You're still live on Entertainment 360, and this is the big convo. And we have the beautiful, very accomplished playwright, screen goddess, executive producer of Showdown in Amherst, and we are having a conversation around the project and how it all came together, the inspiration behind it. It is the big convo, and we like to get into the conversation proper, so we get to see what is going on, people that are achieving greatness in the various endeavors that they are pursuing. And Amy Drake is here in the studio, and we are loving every bit of the conversation. Big ups to you. I see you, Manisha. I see you, AC. I see you, Isaac. You are all doing the listening. We appreciate you. Keep doing the listening. And if you have any contributions, just feel free. Shoot us a message, and we'll gladly read it on the show. So I'm looking at your biography, and I'm like, okay, where do I start? Now, you are a playwright, you're a producer, speaker, an actor, and a member of the Kilroy's List.
Yes.
And the League of Professional Theater Women and Theater Makers Studios, dramatists. You are, it's a lot. And I see here, you are the IABC winner of the Silver Whale of Excellence.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Before I embarked on this creative career, I had a long corporate career. I worked for a big insurance company, and for a time I was in accounting, and then I really wanted to shift into creative work, and I joined the communications team, and that's where I really excelled. And the award was for a marketing campaign.
Wow, that's incredible. Many talent, many talent, and she's just amazing. And I also see here you appeared in the regional Emmy-winning TV episode of Columbus Neighbors.
Yes, yeah, that was very exciting.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah.
And also we have numerous commercials that you've worked on, short films, and then the playwright of Somewhere I Can Scream.
Yes.
Now, I feel like I want to hear more about that. Somewhere I Can Scream. I want to scream. Joseph, do you want to scream? Where can we scream safely? Tell us more about that.
That's based on a 1929 Columbus murder case.
Okay.
Dr. Snook, who was professor of veterinary science at OSU, had an affair with Theora Hicks, who was perhaps the only female medical student at OSU at the time. And one interesting thing about Dr. Snook is he was a gold medal Olympian with a gold medal in marksmanship from the 1920 Belgium Olympics. And after a 3-year affair, they had an argument that turned physically violent, and she had been carrying his handgun in her purse and threatened him, and he killed her. And I believe it was in self-defense, but in spite of that, evidence was tampered with, a confession was beaten out of him, and he was put to death in the electric chair.
Oh, Lord.
And I believe it was manslaughter, but he was convicted of first-degree murder. And so I did an enormous amount of research on the case and wrote a play about it, and it was accepted for a residency in New York at the Players Theater. And it ran, I think, 3 summers ago.
Okay.
And Kingsley and I would love to make a film based on that. And the script, the draft is written, and that's where we are right now.
Okay. Well, I want that to happen. I'm going to be doing whatever I can to make that happen with a little resource and connections that we have. I would love to see that. Somewhere I Can Scream. But today the focus is Showdown in Amherst, and we have a screening coming up. And so very soon she's going to tell us about it and how you can all get to be a part of that. It's very important. This is something you must see. We are all going in there to support her, to celebrate this great project. So we're going to get into that. Before we do, what is Ohio? Like when we talk Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, obviously this is a growing and thriving industry right now.
Yeah.
Because how people are moving in so fast
Oh, yeah.
and things are really expanding.
Yeah.
What do you think Ohio is doing right, first off,
Okay.
to make all these things happen? And what can be improved upon so we can even do better?
Okay. Well, I have to say that I'm so impressed by the opportunities for filmmakers and commercials being shot in Ohio, and just the opportunities here. It's just incredible. The support, the talent here is amazing.
Right.
And what Ohio is really doing right is giving opportunities to those talent to really blossom and make very good quality products. Well, I would have to say theater. I have done a lot of theater, mostly in New York and some in Ohio. But the obstacles I've run into are a lot of the smaller theater companies in Ohio don't pay their actors,
Okay.
even though they're charging for tickets.
Right.
And I just don't think that's right. They need to focus more on the business of the business. And some of the theater companies are reluctant to work with people who've worked with other theater companies, and there's this division there that I don't see in other cities like Indianapolis or slightly larger cities. Seem to be more homogeneous and coming together
Right.
with their companies. And I think if we really had a cohesive theater guild, they could share resources, they could share actors and directors and techs, and save a lot of money sharing props and costumes that a lot of them create or buy for each new production.
Is there a regulatory problem?
Yeah, I've run into that, and there are a lot of handshake deals in Columbus in theater rather than formal contracts. So
Okay.
that opens the path for theater companies to sometimes ghost producers or playwrights after agreeing to do something, and then they back off for it from it. So, yeah.
Well, we got to do better and make sure that we are embracing everybody and work with different productions, because that's the only way we're going to grow. If we all try to keep people to our production, what about tapping into other productions? Because we need to share.
Yeah.
And once we share, we're able to get better and be able to do more.
Yes.
Instead of limiting ourselves to one specific production or very constricting contract that prevents people from actually doing more. So
Yeah, I would really like to give a shout out to Mad Lab. They've been very accommodating with me when I've wanted to work on a new project. They've been really welcoming of new material, and I think they're doing a wonderful job.
right, that's great. Well, big ups to you for doing this great job for Ohio. Keep doing it. But it's funny, just a little on the side. Usually when I watch, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I get a lot of, or I see a lot of Ohio mentions in movies or films or shows. Like sometimes me and my wife will be watching the show or TV, and then somebody, it's either from Ohio or is transiting from Ohio or moving to Ohio, and there's always the mention of Ohio in movies and shows, and we get so excited, we're like, oh, we got a mention. How do you feel about that? Is it that Ohio is naturally or historically one of the big show when it comes to theater, or it's just coincidental that we happen to get a lot of mentions in movies and shows?
It's really not coincidence. I think it's often injected as a reference to a hometown atmosphere.
Right.
So that's the connotation.
That's the connotation, right? Well, we get excited anyways that we got a mention
Yes.
on the film or on the show, and it's that at least we're getting popular.
That's right.
And then that's good publicity, right?
Yes,
Yeah, you get a mention,
absolutely.
everybody wants to check it out.
I love living in
Yeah,
Ohio.
so we get excited when we see that. And we're like, we are not that rural after all. People know us. Oh, we still have the beautiful Amy Drake in the studio with us talking about her latest project, Showdown in Amherst. Screening coming up in December. We're going to get into the details so we can all be a part of it. But you're still live on Entertainment 360 on Sky, 102.1 FM, and this is the big convo, and we are delving into the conversation. Theater, art, filmmaking. Hey, Columbus, Ohio is expanding. We are getting to new territories. There's a lot of eyeballs on us. and we can only get better. So big up to all the guys in the industry who are doing a lot of magic. We see you, we celebrate you, and we want you to keep doing what you're doing. Now let's get into the screening coming up in December.
Yes.
When is it going to be, and how do we get to be a part of it? Or anybody that is out there that is listening to us that wants to see this beautiful project Showdown in Amherst, how do they get to be a part of it?
Okay, it's going to be at the Bexley Drexel Theater on Tuesday, December 10th at 7 p.m. And you can get tickets on the Drexel website. It's just $5 per ticket.
Wait, did you say $5?
$5.
That is like close to nothing.
For a whole evenings of entertainment.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot miss this. You have no reason to miss this. No reason not to be there. It is only $5. And you get to experience all these beautiful theatrical elements.
Yes.
Showdown.
We are celebrating Emily Dickinson's birthday, December 10th.
Oh, icing on the cake. He
That's
didn't just
right.
say that.
Yes.
Even the more reason, ladies and gentlemen. So the screening is coming this December. She's gonna hit on that again, and we are gonna be there on that day to celebrate her for this great project and get to see the team, the cast and crew, and support them in any way that we can. So we're gonna do some music, and we'll still get back to the big convo. You are still live on Entertainment 360. And ladies and gentlemen, Ed is Survive in the studio. Big ups to my producers. Shay is here. J Convo, we about wrapping up. It is all about Showdown in Amherst, a beautiful, beautiful play that is well produced, well directed, cinematography impeccable, and this is an Ohio project.
Yes, it is.
And we couldn't be prouder.
Well, I'm very proud of that too. There's a lot of talent here.
Yep. And we gotta support them. We
Yes.
we need to show up. You know, the problem is that I feel like people do a lot of stuff, and getting people to come out to see it, if it's buying a ticket, you know, admission fees, there's hesitation. I don't know what accounts to that or for that. Why are people hesitant in buying tickets or showing up?
Well,
Is it a marketing problem? Promotion, the marketing of the project?
it's a perception, I think. People tend to want to see things that have been popular in larger cities. They are very cautious about what they spend their money on, and they're somewhat less likely to go see a new work or new film than something that they've heard about from their friends or seen elsewhere. So I think with marketing and education, we can get audiences out to more work.
Right. Yeah. So we need to put in more effort when it comes to marketing and promotion. I mean, I do get that they want to see popular, already made productions or stars, but I feel like sometimes when they give it a shot the first time and it works out, they're like, oh, now I'm glued to it. It is good.
Yes.
They may not be popular, but this is good production, and I want to continue to consume and enjoy their productions or projects. So I feel like we should do more when it comes to marketing and promotion. You know, you got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. You know, it could be so good, but if you don't talk about it, nobody knows it's even in existence.
Exactly.
So let's do more promotion and marketing. That's what I personally believe, and that's why we are going to drum this project so hard and far, so that everybody gets to know about it, and hopefully shows up for the screening. Before we get into the screening for the last time, I know productions like this involve a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of talent, a lot of agencies, a lot of skill sets, and all of that. Do you have some acknowledgement, some appreciations? You know, anybody out there that was a part of this that you want to acknowledge or appreciate?
Well, absolutely, Kingsley Nyarko and his wife, who are so encouraging and supportive of this. And Tiana Corris, who worked on the script, and his students and colleagues who worked on this, everyone at Thurber House who helped to organize this project, and everyone who came to the screening at CCAD and appreciated the work and sent us such positive encouragement, and I hope you enjoy the screening too. So,
all right,
thank you.
There you go. And hey, big ups to my man Kingsley Nyako. Like I said, I want us to have a part 2 of this. Hopefully have more of the production, the crew members and the cast members, so we can delve into it, the inspiration, how they felt, the experience, from an individual standpoint. And then we have, a full house.
That'd
Full
be
house,
great.
the whole team. So we are
Yeah.
looking forward to that. Joseph, can we make that happen?
Absolutely.
Oh, he's ready. That's what I love about him. He's like, just tell me what you need, YB. I got you.
Yeah.
Let's put it together. We have my brother Kingsley in the studio with Amy and the rest of the production members, some crew members and some cast on Showdown in Amherst. But before we go, one more time on the screening date
Yes.
and the time and admission fees and all of that, and then we wrap up on this segment.
Okay, Showdown in Amherst. The screening will be Tuesday, December 10th at the Bexley Drexel Theater at 7 p.m. Admission is $5.
And that was the birthday part.
Yes,
Don't forget that part. That's the icing on the cake. Come on, I'll be like looking forward to that cake. Joseph, don't we love cake?
We love cake.
Yes. Yeah.
That date was chosen because that is Emily Dickinson's birthday, and also that evening, Kingsley and I will be talking about the making of Showdown in Amherst, and we're going to have a poetry contest.
Oh, that is a whole package.
Yes.
I can't
Whole
wait.
evening.
I can't wait, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait. Showdown in Amherst, December 10th. We are definitely making an appearance. The whole team.